So, real quick, I guess this is probably the 5th time I've said something like this, but in my last video, I said that I was going to, upload a video every day or every other day or whatever, because it helped with my depression. And the truth is, I actually have recorded about 3 videos, but I don't want to upload them because they have the content isn't something that I want to be, that I don't want the channel to become. The way that I set this channel up, or the reason why I did it, was not to make money. It was not to become some YouTube thing. It was literally for family, family and friends. And I think I had mentioned that before. I'm trying to remember what I said in the actual video that I uploaded, not the 3 other ones that I haven't uploaded. Anyway, so I do want to let everybody know that I have made content, but it's not the content that I want on the channel, because I want this to be focused on life with cancer, life after cancer, life. Well, I mean, I guess it's not after cancer; it's just dealing with it and the struggles that come with it. Like the depression that I had, which has gotten better. I have tried to every day find something to not take my mind off of it, because that's not the right attitude to have on it, but to keep myself busy so that I feel like I have a purpose. And that's really what it comes down to for me at this point, is I felt like I have had no purpose, which is why, any art projects that I think about, I've had ideas and I write them down and I have them put together, but I don't, it's like, okay, well, now I got to pull out all of my watercolors, and I got to pull out my paper that I got, and it's a cop-out. That's a total excuse. It's not something that I should be, falling back on, but I have. So there are excuses, but the excuses are getting less and less by the day. And I know it's been about a week or so since I last uploaded, but I'm really going to try to make efforts. I can't make any promises. I'm not going to make promises like I've been, like, where, I'm going to have one up every 3 days, and whatever. I'm going to use you guys as inspiration or whatever. That's not how this is going to work. It's been proven over and over again to myself that that's not how I work, and that's not how it's gonna go. So I guess this is gonna be like a short mini ramble, just to preface the fact that just trying to get back into the swing of things, so that I can figure out how to motivate myself better to get these videos up. It's also hard. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it every other week, because it's really hard for me to make these videos or talk to a camera whenever my daughter's here, and I have her every other week, and that's what happened last week. I had her here, so then my girlfriend, she doesn't go to work till about 2, and then I go and I pick up my daughter, and I have her so I would literally have like 20 minutes to do anything between the time that my girlfriend leaves and the time that I pick up my daughter. And it's not that it's like I'm ashamed to do this stuff in front of them. It's just that when I know that there's no one here, it's easier for me to talk to the camera and make it more of a personal thing, rather than me worrying, I guess, about what somebody else is hearing, and maybe they're going to question me about it later. I just want to get it all out, and that's just how I work. I mean, I guess it's a little bit of stage fright or something. I don't know, but I want to make videos to inspire others. I've been really inspired myself by some Instagram feeds that I follow that deal with cancer, and most of them are dealing with childhood cancer, and some of the information that comes from that specific group of cancer treatment survivors and those afflicted with cancer at younger ages. I can't imagine how I would feel if my daughter got it. If my daughter had any kind of cancer and she had to go through treatment, she had to go through chemo, any of that stuff. I don't know how I would deal with it. And these parents and these people are just, they're trying to gain support for their kid or their cousin or their nephew or whatever, or maybe a cousin has set up the account for them. And it's very sweet, it's very touching, and sometimes you don't find out, or I didn't find out until later, that this is just more of like a motivational thing to keep others, let others know that there's a community out there, because the child or the person that this was associated with originally has now passed on, or they are passing on as we speak. I mean, I saw one, and it was, I'm not throwing out any names because I don't know if that's right to do or not, but all you gotta do is type in go to Instagram and type in hashtag childhood cancer or children with cancer or something like that. The other thing is, it's disturbing that I found out that there are people who will go and they will find people who are putting up their pictures like that, either from other Instagram accounts or from Facebook accounts or things like that, and they will copy and paste or save those images to their desktop, and they'll make their own Instagram account and then put like a link up for donations and stuff like that, so that they can take money from people. And it's disgusting. It's sad. So be careful if that's something that you're looking at getting into. You follow a bunch of boards that mean something to a cause that you believe in. Make sure that you know where that they're legit. So that's kind of something that I'm been wary about, because I did follow one that it turned out to be a fake one, and they got canceled or taken down or whatever. And then like 2 days later, one of the other channels, the feeds, the Instagram feeds that I watch, that includes a bunch of different people send in their pictures and try to promote like whatever the campaign is for that kid or whatever, or just to bring awareness to childhood cancer. They said that very same thing. They're like, hey, so and so was apparently a fake account, and we were duped too. People, be careful about what you put out there on the internet. People are stealing people's images and things like that, so watch out for it and be cautious about it. And then they gave like a bunch of like privacy statement stuff and links to their websites to show that they were legit. But yeah. Anyway, there was a tie in there somewhere, but basically, I see these inspirational things to let me know how good I have it. You know what I mean? And it's not, I don't know if that's their intention or not. That's not necessarily my intention, but that's, whatever works, whatever's going to inspire, is in my opinion a good, inspire for the right things, for the right causes, is in my opinion a good thing. I also, I had a video about religion, and I will put one up about that, because I do think it's important to talk about how religion can impact how your faith, not so much your religion, your faith. It's your faith. Your faith can impact your recovery, and or the lack thereof. I kind of want to hit it from both angles, because I dealt with a little bit of that. And it pushed me in directions and made me think about things that I didn't necessarily, or solidified some things that I already was thinking about. My grammar's all over the map. So that video will be coming. I'm gonna reshoot that one though, because anytime I start talking about religion or politics or what are the other, they'll crossbreed and it'll turn into this gigantic monster. And I've been another reason why some of these videos haven't been getting out is because a lot of my creativity has been gone into feeding trolls on Facebook. A friend of mine, he put up a post about something political that directly affected how I feel about things, and I typically don't comment on those or don't make those posts. I'll like a post, but I typically don't make my own. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I actually used a lot of my creative writing resources dump into that troll feeding fest over on a friend of mine's Facebook page, and I really regret that, because you just don't feed the trolls. You can't discuss politics or religion if you have opposing views, because it's just not going to change the person's mind. And if that's your goal, which mine's not, because there's only two reasons why somebody does that, and it's one, to change somebody else's mind and bring information that may be different from theirs to try to maybe see if they'll accept it or rebuttal it, and then you can have a dialogue, and then that's okay. But most of the time it just turns into this giant yelling fest, and at the end of it, it's basically like two fourth graders on the playground calling each other stupid because they don't know what else to say. So it's really ridiculous. So some of my I work like that. I hate that comparison that an introvert needs to recharge their batteries or whatever. You see all those posts on Pinterest and Facebook or whatever, like, I'm an introvert, I do this, and this is how I get my energy, how I am able to cope with the world, and I've got to have my alone time and my me time. And I think that's a bunch of horse shit, because I do consider myself an introvert at times, and then I consider myself an extrovert when it comes time to do things that are extroverted, like at a job. Like if I've got to do a presentation, you know what, you need to click that switch into the on position so you can make it through that. So I think everybody has the ability to be both, but there I go again, rambling. So that I have no idea where I was going with that. But anyway, the point is, this is like a filler video, and we're at 10 minutes here, so short and sweet. Just know that things are coming, and I am working on my Cancervania.com website. I'm getting some posts together. I'm trying to get like a series of things so that it can help people identify things that may or may not cause cancer and how to stay away from them, or what to look for, because with all the things that are out there and the way that certain legislation's going and what I foresee happening in the next few years, and with all the things with Monsanto and Whole Foods and places like that with organic and non-GMO, all that crap, it's going to be really tough to know what's what. So I'm going to present some information that I find. I'm going to try to package it together and do like a little series. Right now, the series that I'm trying to get through is common household items that you don't know could potentially create the gene expressions in your genetic code and tease that cancer out, which I feel is what happened to me, because Lynch Syndrome with colon cancer, 87% chance more likely to get it, but there's 13% chance of people who don't. So what is special about the 13%? Is it just dumb luck, or is it the fact that maybe I should stop using certain chemicals that are in certain things that would normally tease those expressions out in someone who didn't have Lynch Syndrome? They're still at risk, but maybe not as much. So that's why you don't see it, and that's why a lot of people will be, oh, that's a bunch of bunk. But for those of us who have it and don't know it, then, how did you know? So, we're looking at things like laundry detergent, hand soap, sanitizer, face scrubs, shampoo and conditioner, different things that are considered healthy. Like there's some toothpaste that we got from Trader Joe's because we were trying to do something a little bit, healthier, and you assume that everything from Trader Joe's, if you don't know what Trader Joe's is, go look it up. They're considered like a healthier option. They have all their own brands and stuff, but they purport themselves to be like a poor man's Whole Foods type thing. So so we found out that toothpaste had some of the same chemicals in it that the other toothpaste do. Even though the other chemicals in it are missing, there's one that's in there still. So it's like, what do you do? So looking into things like that. Hopefully I'll get through that this week. I'm going to try to have a post every day. But anyway, those are the things that are going on. That's where my efforts are being thrown into. And, I hope that I can have some relevant videos. The other thing is I don't want to throw up garbage content. That doesn't mean anything. Like this video. So, I eventually want to get something produced that's a little bit better quality, that does have some editing, that does have some reference materials that are popping up over here and here. Like I can point to that stuff. I do have all the programs and things like that, so I'm also teaching myself that. So, just trying to stay busy, learn, always be learning, improving, and that's where my head's at right now. So thanks for listening. Yeah, I guess this is a ramble, so just a 14-minute one. But anyway, hope you not necessarily enjoyed it, but it cleared up some things. If you thought, hey, Jason's not getting on the ball with what he said he was going to do, and maybe we'll turn this thing around within the week. So, all right.